dignity, and also wealth generation. It should be in finance and wealth. Not only affluence, but wealth generation. And there is a very benchmarking for it. And the wealth generation must multiply and be generated from Africa, by Africa, in Africa, for Africa, and for export. So let me simplify it, because this simplify is conclusions. First conclusion, an Africa that is not net receiver, but net giver. That is exporting peace, exporting dignity, exporting wealth. An Africa that is no longer deemed internally and externally as third world class, second world class, but first world class. An Africa that is no longer a follower, but a leader. And a leader in the right sense of it. No indignation, no anger, no self-pity, none of those psychologies. A fact that within us, the seed and the potential of greatness is there already. We have it all. Never go to extremes. I have one personal philosophy which I extended for Africa, or suggest Africa adopt that philosophy. My philosophy is, since the day I was born onward, I need nothing. I'm zero need. I have 100% solutions. Africa, you need nothing. You have it all. You are the solution to most of the problems of the world. From mineral resources to human capital resources. I am a believer that Africa potentially already has the wealth.
Zimbabwe came to mind. You were part of the transition in government in Zimbabwe, and that recorded the only peaceful transition in history of Africa. How did you make that happen?
I was only informed by destiny. There was an African summit in Dubai. I was there, met many presidents. On the side, there was one lady who was crying, said, I am this, and was a member of the national security. I have 5 children. I have 380 adopted children. And there is news on my desk that 1 million people will die. I don't want them to die, children to die. Why? Because there is a vice president and a president and fighting. He's under exile. So I only came in not as a politician, to save lives of 1 or 2 million people. So what I did was very simple. Said, you are neither African nor Westerner, so okay, you're neutral. So people maybe listen to you. An older man, okay. An older man, okay. So okay, I use my wisdom, my inspiration. So I said very simple. Do you want to be a new president that kills the old president and comes to power, and then you also become a despot and then be killed again, or you want to change the shift in the African experience? And the guy on the run from long distance, I helped in this situation. But first, write a letter of truth before war. A letter of amnesty, a promise. That was to Mugabe. I will not kill you, will not exile you, will not disgrace you, neither you, nor your wife Grace, nor the son, to give the full amnesty in writing. Okay, the tension come down. Next, make a poll, short poll. Make accept election. No election, no opinion poll. When you see 70% following, take these 2 to the generals of the army. Say, I will not fight, I will not do this, but this is the situation. Then ask the generals and the army to go to the streets, but no guns. The first time that armies were in the streets, no guns. No, not only no tanks, not only no machine guns, not only guns, no knives, nothing. Pure. Then the dancing started. Then, of course, there is a lot of more complexities, and yet it led to the soft transition. Hopefully, the current president will also peacefully make the transition and keep his honor and dignity and become a leader for Africa. An example. Africa is great, needs a few mode change examples. Once 1 or 2 leaders come to that realization, then Africa will start a big change. First of all, the whole of Africa must graduate from the Western notion, including global nation, of democracy as it is today. We must go beyond democracy. Democracy, I call it the bankruptcy of democracy itself. We have to go from the current, what I call adversarial, dual partisan, to a collective consultation. Group consultation, consensus building, even your opponent must support you. And if you are against an opponent and use force, or even they use force, you retaliate in force, and people die, you have not done any contribution to Africa. It must be a zero bullet, no bloodshed